Jason, tell me what brought you in to Salvatore Dental in the first place.
Well, at first it was recommended by people who work just right up the street. Yeah, that's when I started coming here. But then I started having just coffee stains. Even right after a cleaning, couldn't keep them out. Yeah, that was the first appointment. I started having some tooth pain, and then Dr. Vera did like a whole, just analysis. And that's when we came up with like this larger plan.
And tell me, what was that whole treatment? What did you have done?
It's top 10, bottom 10, and then I also had some old crowns. I got them done like 10 years ago. Never skimp on dental care. 10 years later, I had to replace them all because they had like gaps. I actually had to have a root canal on one of them. The previous ones just had these little gaps between them, and over time, things had gotten in there. We had to fix the top and bottom because my bottoms used to chip my top ones. So there was that and the coffee stains.
And what was the full process like for you once you got started?
So it started with the top 10, which that was the most work. That was the longest appointment. I'd say like 4 hours. I think it was like 4 hours. They had a big checklist going on. It's a repeat. You get the temps, you get the finals. You get the temps, you get the finals. So it was the top 10, the bottom 10. And it was just in time for vacation, which was great because I used to not smile for photos, but then during vacation, it's like there's so many photos. I actually started smiling for photos during vacation. So that worked out perfect. I think my top 10 were done, but the bottoms weren't yet. But it didn't matter because for photos, you mostly just smiling with your top ones anyway. Yeah, I'm all done now though. But anyway, yeah, so it's a lot of that. Yeah, so you get your temps, you get your finals, you get your temps, you get your finals, and you'll start remembering like, now we numb, they prep, and then we do like vitamins and disinfecting. And
I love it. You could be a dental assistant now.
I was like, okay, I think this is next near the end.
Yeah, by your final appointment, you knew the whole process.
I was familiar. I was like, I know the ropes are coming, I know the disinfectant's coming, I know the vitamins.
That's awesome. What was your experience like with Dr. Vera?
She's great. Yeah, she's a perfectionist. So yeah, I never worried about anything going wrong. Like years ago, I actually had, this was like 20 years ago now, but they were doing a filling and one of my teeth actually cracked. And so they had to rush me in and like get it extracted. Here it's like, yeah, Dr. Vera is she has a plan, she knows what she's doing. You don't really worry about any mistakes or anything like that. Or like when you're sitting there in the chair wondering what's going on. I hope they don't like pick the wrong tooth and put it in there. They number everything. They keep track of exactly which one goes where. So you don't have to worry about anything like that.
Yeah, they're very meticulous.
Yeah, totally.
Her and Emma.
Yeah, it's like perfectionists, which is what you want, So.
Exactly. So you're happy with your results?
Yeah, definitely. It's funny because I didn't really think my teeth were that bad because you get used to it. It's just mostly I had some pain and then the coffee stains were really annoying. Now, you see a picture of your old teeth after you get like the procedure done. I mean, it's night and day. And pictures too really bring it out. Like, yeah, photos. I used to think my face like was the wrong shape or something for smiling. And my sister has like a really nice smile. I was like, I don't know how she got the good smiling genes and I missed out. But then actually it's just your teeth, I think. I mean, faces differ, but it's like 90% teeth. It seems like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing. And what have your friends and family said about your treatment?
My family's back in Washington. They say the pictures look good. My girlfriend was like, oh, I have to get used to it because it's like a different person kind of, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
She couldn't tell the difference between my temps and my finals. I was like, there's definitely a difference. But yeah, people at work are like, oh, it looks great. And then they just kind of move on and everybody gets used to it. So definitely like just daily life. Like, they used to be they were temperature sensitive. Now they're not. I bumped my front tooth with like a fork. Before I would have worried about that like chipping. Now it just kind of bounced off and I'm not worried about it. I'm not going to bite on the fork, but it just kind of, you know what I mean? So it's just like they're stronger overall and they're less sensitive, which is great. They feel normal, like normal teeth, but if you have temperature sensitive teeth, then it definitely helps with that for sure, which I did. Like, yeah, I don't know if everyone's like that, but I definitely was.
What have you noticed a difference within yourself throughout this treatment? It's
like a life upgrade. You know what I mean? I don't think there's too many things you can do to where you can just kind of upgrade your life, I mean, other than you can buy nice things. There's not too many things you can like do to yourself that is like an improvement that you experience every day. And it's nice to know like I'm 47 and everyone in my family, like their teeth just start falling apart in their 50s. So I was always thinking inevitably, it's going to get worse and worse and worse until something happens. And I thought I'd have to get braces, and I didn't have to get braces, which is awesome. So now knowing that that they're just like that, and they don't get cavities, they don't stain, So I love my coffee, and they won't stain. They just don't. And I think it's the same with red wine. I'm not a huge red wine person, but I guess wine doesn't stain them either. Nothing really sticks to them, and you don't get cavities like normal teeth get cavities. I mean, you gotta brush and do all the normal stuff and take care of your gums and stuff like that. I had a cleaning the other day, and it's like nothing to, there's nothing. Everything was fine.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So what would you say to someone that was thinking about getting treatment like this and was kind of on the fence?
I think things I was worried about probably was the biggest thing. I was worried that it would feel like maybe like fake, or it would affect the way I speak. I think those are the two big ones. And the temps do a little bit, like the temps affect the way you speak a bit, and they feel a little weird for a few weeks, but then the finals just feel like regular teeth. They just feel like your teeth. So yeah, you don't need to worry about that. Or at least it didn't happen to me. It didn't affect the way I speak. And they feel totally natural. I think just because every tooth is independent, they're not connected or anything. I think it's because that, and then underneath it's still your tooth. So it's just like an extension, and it's like, cemented on in a way that you don't have to worry about them. Like I saw a sitcom where someone was at dinner and like it popped off, and it was like super embarrassing or whatever. This stuff they use is super strong, so that it's you don't need to worry about that either. I don't know if this is true, but it seems like you're less likely to chip your tooth on something with these, so they feel just stronger overall. I'm not in a hurry to test that, but
I was gonna say, please don't.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I don't want to.
They
test
are
it.
very, very strong though.
Yeah, you do seem really strong. Yeah. But no, those are the things I was worried about. I was worried it would affect the way I spoke, and it would feel weird, and that ends up not being the case. Yeah. So yeah, those are the two main things.
Amazing.
And then you don't have to worry about if you're like, like I was, where it seemed like no matter how much you brush, floss, and all that stuff, and use the Act fluoride or Listerine, which I use more now than Act. I don't know. I like the way it burned for some reason. No matter how much I did that, it seemed like I would always come back you come back every 6 months, and sometimes there's no cavity, but then there's always like a little one somewhere. I just feel like no matter what you do, you can't get away with it. I didn't even have that much sugar in my diet, and it just kind of kept happening. So yeah, now that's like taken care of. And 10 years from now, my teeth will look the same. The rest of me will be falling apart, but at least my teeth will look the same.
Well, there we go. Well, thank you so much for sharing with me. I appreciate it.